Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is I, Dave, the Tabletop Wanderer, and we are back with a new video and something different today. So, it is 1 year to the day that I started up the Tabletop Wanderer. I started up this channel on the 4th of May, so May the 4th be with you, all you Star Wars fans. Yeah, I'm doing a recap of what I think happened and what I saw happening during this last year on the channel. So before we get started, a bit of a backstory and why I started this YouTube channel, and especially why solo RPGs. Okay, so I've talked about this a couple of times before. Let me just turn this over because I keep forgetting to turn my hourglass over. So I've talked about this thing a couple of times. And one of the main reasons that I started to get into TTRPGs is that I used to play a lot of video games, especially Guild Wars 1, Guild Wars 2, a lot of MMOs, and Smite, yes, the MOBA Smite. I've clocked in over 5k hours on that game. Not very proud of it, but yeah, it is what it is. And I used to be really good at the game, but you know, old age and I'm not old age, but you know, getting older and reflexes aren't what they used to be. So now I just last time I played, I got stomped. So yeah, forget about that. But yeah, I started playing. I stopped playing video games because the video games were getting boring. And I mean like every single one of them. Instead of being something fun, they started to become a chore, like a second job, if you will. I remember like Guild Wars 2, I used to get home from work, log in, do my dailies, do the resource gathering, craft this, craft that, and then, okay, I want that legendary, so that's like another 6, 7, 8 month grind of just harvesting this, harvesting wood, harvesting stone, harvesting this, harvesting that, getting this, now I have to go and do that. Yeah, like, it stopped being fun. After a while, it stopped being fun. And truth be told, it is still not fun. I threw up a poll a couple of weeks ago to see if you guys wanted a playthrough of Guild Wars 1, because Guild Wars 1 is having its 20th anniversary. And don't get me wrong, I love the game, but we had 14 or 13 votes and people said yes. Like, it was 100% yes on that, but I am going to apologize straight away. I went in, I recorded about like 3 hours of gameplay, and I was bored out of my mind because I've done all that. I've done it all. And I couldn't be bothered going through all of it again. So I'm sorry about that, but that playthrough will not be coming to the channel. I'd rather focus on this stuff here. And yeah, that's why I got bored of video games, any video game, you name it, I got bored of it. I've got over 400 games on my Steam library. I don't know how many games on Epic. I don't know how many games on PS, on the PlayStation. I just don't touch them. I just don't touch them. The other day I logged into Guild Wars 2. I think I was in game for about 5 minutes, and then I just logged out. No, it doesn't scratch the itch, you know. So that was one of the main reasons why I left video games. I got bored of them. They're always the same old, with a different skin, with a different background, with different characters, but the gameplay is basically all the same. And no thank you, not for me. In my age now, so you know, I'm 51, so I'm not that old, but at 51 I need something different. Okay, I need something different. I don't need to be the best gamer in the world. I never wanted to be anyway, especially like anything to do with me. I want to be good at it, but I don't want to be the best. Even in music wise, I know I am a really good guitar player. I know I'm a really good guitar teacher, music teacher. But if people consider me the best at it, okay, that's good, fine by me, but I don't aspire to be the best, right? I just want to do something good and have fun with it, whatever it is, even work or play. I'll just want to have fun. Also, I needed some fun things to do on my off hours because I used to work at a school, and then a couple of years ago, the Ministry of Education here in Portugal, they transferred all their workers, employees, to the municipalities. So then I went into the municipality sort of work environment, okay? And since I do have a degree in music and music technologies, which is like recording and sound and stuff, that's why I'm really picky with my sound on my videos. I am really, really picky. I'm never... That's one thing that I try to get perfect is the sound of my videos, and I know sometimes I don't. David Day said in a comment, or was it on a Facebook message, that I should try and get a lapel mic for my videos. Well, I do have one. It's one of those cheap ones off Amazon, and it is just so bad. I've tried doing everything to get that sound good, and I just can't. So I'll just stick with my Audio Technica little microphone here, and I can always get a minimum good voice sound off of that. Okay, I rambled on, I diverged there. What was I talking about? So I do have a degree in music and music technologies, and because of that, the municipality needed someone in the music department, and they went ahead and they fished me out of the school system and brought me into their system. So it was a big upgrade, how should I say, wage-wise, it was a really big upgrade, and professionally, it also a big upgrade. And with that also comes a lot of more responsibilities and a lot of more work. So basically what happens is everything that is music around the municipality, nearly everything passes through me. Okay, so I have to say yes or no on stuff, and when there's ever an event or something, okay, David, we need you for this, we need you for that, and there goes David, even on his days off. Speaking of which, days off, when you work for a municipality here in Portugal, days off are you do get them, but you're always sort of on call. If something happens, they call you up, and you're forced, you volunteered, right? You volunteered to go and help them out. Okay, a couple of months back, there was this big event here where I live, and it was my day off, just so you guys can see. And my chief, she called me up and said, "Oh, David, we need you here right away," and stuff. Okay, I'll volunteer to go and help. And I spent my day off working. I did get that day off later, but much later. But yeah, that is a thing. That is why sometimes my videos are late, and that's why a lot of work in the back in IRL. Okay, another thing that I felt when I started to look into things of a hobby that I could get myself into after video games, and I've searched around and I found this. I said, "Oh look, I remember I played Dungeons and Dragons a long way back in Australia, because I was born in Australia. I lived there till I was about 17, and then my parents came back to Portugal, and I had to come with them, and I've been here ever since." And I remembered, I played Dungeons and Dragons a couple of times in Australia with my mates, and I really enjoyed that. So yeah, let's try this out. Let's see what this solo RPG thing is. And I could see that you could get your creative juices flowing with these things, which was... Okay, that was right up my alley. Right? The big thing about video games, the difference about video games and this is that video games, they're set in stone, right? That's what the developer wants you to do, and that's what you do. Even though it's open world and you can do whatever you want, there's always, you're always funneled into what they want. And with this, I saw that it was completely different. Okay, you can invent whatever you want. You do whatever you want. You got this game system. Okay, we'll start with this. But like with some of these, and like a lot of them, these are just sort of guidelines. You can move around and do whatever you want with them. You can change this. You can change that. Change that. Like I've done that in my videos. You have seen that before. Okay, and this was also a way for me to get my creative juices flowing once again. And trust me, they have been flowing. It is so good to pick up one of these things, whichever ones it is. I'll just put these out because you'll see why in a minute. But it was just so amazing that I could pick up Ken, do a character, and start off somewhere, and like with an oracle or something, and everything just started to flow. And I'm like, to the day, I'm still amazed that somehow I'm rolling up something, and okay, this character is like a pirate, and I roll up some random event, and it literally has to do with something that the pirate would do, and that's just amazing. And you can also just go with the flow and create whatever you want. Apart from this, also I've also been watching other videos and got ideas from other people. I did a video not long ago about my portable role-playing system that I take with me some places. I've updated this a bit. I got myself these little dice here, these mini dice, and I got some extra D6 in there. So I got, I think, 2-3 sets of polyhedrals, and then another 4-5 normal D6s. I've upgraded this a bit, got 2 markers here, mechanical pencils, some meeples and stuff like that. And so this was also something creative that I saw off a video. I can't remember, SoloRPG play, I think it is, but go and check this video out where I show you more or less how I did this. And of course, like, I've made maps, something I've drawn out maps, something I would never would pass my head in doing, was drawing maps. And I tell you what, I love drawing maps. They're really fun. Also, someone in the Facebook group sent me a message, and he said, look, dude, I got all these PDFs of maps I drew when I was working at the library for the kids. You can use them if you want. And I'm telling you, like, my maps compared to his maps, like, my maps are just like kindergarten level of map drawing. His maps are amazing, and I will be using them. Thank you. I really don't remember. I'll tell you what, let me go see what his name is. Give me just one little second. I have to log on to Facebook right now, and let's go here. Okay, so it was Robert. Thank you, Robert. Your maps are amazing, and I will be using them. Thank you very much. So that's the creative part of why. That's more or less why I started a YouTube channel and why SoloRPGs. I do have a couple of other YouTube channels. I got one in Portuguese, which, like, for gaming at the time. I got one in English also for gaming at the time. They really didn't go off. They didn't pop off. I mean, they went off. They didn't pop off. But I also didn't put as much effort as I do with this channel. And like, this YouTube channel is just for me to have fun. I've said in a couple of videos, I don't really care about the views. I don't really care about the subscribe count. I do appreciate all the 400 and something subscribers that have subscribed, and all the people that watch the videos and comment on the videos. Thank you so much. Never in my wildest dream I thought of having this interaction. You guys are awesome. I've met a lot of good people online through this. A lot of people helping. Robert, Magehammer, Solo Spelunking, David Day, Jamie. Like, there's just so many of you guys. I'm sorry if I'm forgetting your name, but you know who you are, and I really do appreciate it, because this for me is okay. Why? There was one thing that Solo Spelunking once said to me in a comment, and that hit home. YouTube is not a job; it's a hobby. So I'm treating this as a hobby. So, of course, I like to see the engagement. Of course, I like to see the views. Of course, I like to see my subscriber count going up. I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say that does not matter. It does matter, because if that's not working, I'm not doing anything, right? I can do it just for myself. And that's good. That's fine. And I started off doing it just for myself. And now I do it for you guys also. But I'd say there's like 60-40. 60 is for me, 40 is for you. But the 40 I do put in for you guys, is probably like over more. I put more effort into it because of you guys. Okay, that's why. That's what I do. Although I do it for me, for my mental sanity, because my job is a bit taxing, because there's a lot of stuff going on all the time. We finish up one event the next week. We're starting a new event that's coming up in like 3 months, and then we finish that one up, and then it's Christmas, and then we finish Christmas, and then it's Easter, and then like. It's always moving, always moving. Apart from the fact that I also give music classes and guitar classes, okay? So, yeah, creativity. I'm rambling again. Creativity, and why I did the YouTube channel, just for my mental sanity, to have a nice little hobby that I can do at home, have fun doing it, which for me is the main thing. And I think you could see that because I started up a Tiny Frontiers playthrough, sci-fi, and I was not having fun with it. So I said, okay, I'm going to put that on the shelf. You never know, in a couple of months, maybe I'll pick it up and have fun with it. But I was not having fun with it. So I shelved that playthrough, okay? There's a couple of videos on the channel, but don't get your hopes up for new content of sci-fi anytime soon. I am really a fantasy guy. Okay, although I do love sci-fi, love reading sci-fi, and I love watching sci-fi movies. But the RPG element of it, not much with me. I love watching Solo Spelunking sci-fi stuff. Awesome. I loved watching Magehammer's Tiny Frontiers solo sci-fi stuff. Really good. Me personally, I just didn't feel it. Okay, so now, after that ramble for I don't know how long, what I started with. So I started like looking for this stuff online, and of course what you mainly see is 5th edition, Pathfinder, all those things. And then I found something about solo RPGs, and I started going down that rabbit hole, and that is a really, really deep rabbit hole. And the first thing I really did pick up was something that I found that everybody was suggesting was this, NoteQuest. NoteQuest is not an RPG. It has RPG elements. It's more of a dungeon crawler. And this was the first thing that really got me started. Well, practically because like I don't have money, right? I got my wage, but that is what it is. And the Portuguese version is actually free. So Coisinha Verde, I forgot, Tiago Junge actually offers this for free in Portuguese. And I went ahead and I got it. And I had a blast. I said, this is fun. This is really fun. And so then I went and got the English version, bought also the expanded world, which will give you stuff for a hex crawl overland, stuff like that. And I had a blast with this. But this game is pretty simple. And with my first character that I really went into, he got so OP that the overland stuff just, didn't really matter. He'd just go into a dungeon. I remember he went into the first dungeon, he met the Spider Queen, and he, in 2 shots, killed it. And I said, okay, this is a bit bare bones. I need something better. I need something, not better, different, more, how should I say, more complex, a bit complex. I looked online, started searching, and what pops up? 2d6 dungeon. That is awesome. I love it. That is one of the games that I do play really, like a lot, but off camera. When I'm downstairs on the sofa, I got my little notepad and stuff like that, and I just roll some digital dice on an app, and I'm actually doing a playthrough now of a character where I'm using everything's digital. I use the app on the phone to roll the dice. I use Dungeon Scroll to map out the map. And I've got the fillable PDFs for the character sheets, and I've got a notepad thing with all the notations on it. And with 2D6 Dungeon, it can start to get a bit stale after sometimes. Also, I found two little things which I should have here. Let me just get them. Yeah, this is impromptu. This is off the cuff. Okay. So, bear with me. Where do I have that? I think it's here. Yeah. So, we got this, and this one. Okay, so physically, I only have these two. I am missing one. So I found this on DriveThruRPG. Two little booklets, which is Reveries of the Dark and Corridor Encounters. I haven't printed out Corridor Encounters yet, I think. And what this does, it gives you some narrative points for 2D6 Dungeon. So if you've ever played 2D6 Dungeon, it is dungeon crawl and that's it. There's no story, there's nothing. But with this and the Corridor Encounter, with this you can get story, you can get narrative points for on your dungeon. You get your graph paper, you map out put three N's, the letter N in random places, and when you start playing, and when you get there to that where the N is, if you're in a room or a corridor, you just grab this, you roll on this, and you do what it says. And the Corridor Encounters is pretty good too, also because in 2D6 Dungeon there's not any original natural encounters in the corridor, so when you get a corridor you just walk through, but with games by Felix's Corridor Encounters, you can roll up on a table and get some encounters if you so wish. Also found this, which is other classes for 2D6 Dungeon, and I've read through this but I haven't played this just yet, so probably on the channel, the next 2D6 Dungeon, I'll probably use one of these classes in here. Okay, so went on to 2D6 Dungeon, was a lot of fun, and it is a lot of fun because I still play it. And then I wanted something a bit different. Okay, and what popped up? Of course, the one and only 4 Against Darkness. And so I went ahead, got that, bought the PDF, started playing that, and I found that amazing. Simple mechanics, really good, a lot of content. I've already bought some supplements for it. I got the Twisted Dungeons, Twisted Hordes, and Twisted Minions. Yesterday I got, what was it? I can't remember. Someone told me about the guild thing, the guild supplement. I'm looking into that also, and I will be getting that in the future because I want to do a big, massive campaign, massive campaign. I started a small campaign now on the channel, which with some overland stuff and which you can map out, and we'll see how that goes. But of course, I got to a point where I said, wait, these are all dungeon crawlers, because I just found out what dungeon crawling was. Okay, because trust me, there was like 30 years distance or even more. About 30 years since I had played anything RPG related, tabletop RPG related. I've done all the Final Fantasies and all the video game stuff, but tabletop, So I didn't really know what dungeon crawl was until I started looking into it. And I wanted something more. And everybody was talking about these two things, so can and white box. And I said, okay, I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to buy them. And I bought the two books. I also got the Bestiary for Ken, which I'm using on the Ken 2nd edition playthrough. And yeah, I started messing around with these. And I said, yeah, this is more or less what I want. I can get a lot of story elements into this. But there was something missing. I was saying, look, I'm playing solo. How do I do this? Like, there's hardly any oracles in here, or like, how do I do the story and stuff like that? And I looked around, and yeah, you know, oracles after oracles after oracles, and a lot of stuff. And so I used a couple of them. I got, what was it? Game Unfolding Machine, Plot Unfolding Machine. I've got those and some other stuff. And lately I've been using Wilderness Caves Solo RPG GME. You can see me use that on Shadow of Alnor and this new Ken 2nd edition season that I've started. And those are really good. That's really good. He also has a D20 table system with like 200 or 400 options in there. So it's like 200 tables of D20s options there. So yeah, a lot of stuff. And I really do enjoy his stuff. Also with Solo Spelunking stuff, I've praised Solo Spelunking and Moses a lot, and Magehammer also a lot. But yeah, I started playing with these, and with Ken, I actually started Ken with the what are they called? Oh, Solo Gaming Sheets from Perplexing Ruins. You can get those on itch.io, and the two of them, because Perplexing Ruins is Solo Gaming Sheets. You got all these little oracles around the map. You got this square hex map or grid map if it's a dungeon, and then you got all these oracles on one on the page. You flip it over, you got a whole lot more of oracles on that. And I heard that from Chowcopolix. I think that's his. I think I got it right now. I used to say Chaosopolix or something like that, but it's Chowpocalypse. I hope he's feeling better. He was a bit down under the weather last time. And yeah, and he's got some videos on showing how to use Ken with that. And I actually did a one-shot 1 month with that. I think I used second edition with the Solo Gaming Sheets on one shot 2 months actually. One shot 1 month, but it was two things. We got one on the Overland, one on the dungeon, and then I used those two characters from Ken 2nd edition for the new Ken 2nd edition playthrough. So yeah, I started using these, but then of course I needed something a bit better, and I found this little gem. And so I was running around YouTube, surfing YouTube and stuff like that, and I saw this fella playing some some solo RPGs, and I said, oh, let me check this out. And I said, okay, this is awesome. And the first video I saw from Magehammer, I think, was actually him playing Delves and Dangers, and he said, this is my game, it's a pay what you want. And you go, okay, whatever. And not whatever, you know what I mean. And so I watched it, and I said, look, this system's pretty good. You get all these dice rolling on the table, and come on, you know, rolling dice is fun. And so I went ahead, I downloaded it for free at the time, but after a couple of months, I sent him some money, I sent him some bucks his way, some dollars his way, because I just fell in love with this game. I really did. If you go see the Black Flame Society, where I play this, I just have so much fun with this game, and I loved it so much that I ended up doing printing it out and making a cover for it, and then I ended up with his definitive edition going on Lulu and having it printed out with a hardback, and because I really do enjoy this game, and I do want to do another playthrough of it, and I highly recommend this game. Okay, I saw a review of this game on a different channel a couple of months back, And the guy said, this game is no good, this game is this game is that, because the leveling system, you have to do, after you level, you have to do some, so how do you do? You have to do some conversion with the creatures, the enemies, and like, because, I thought it was okay. That is a how should I say? That's nitpicking a bit. Like, if you see my videos, I don't hardly ever level up my characters. They go through the whole adventure just on that level 1, and that's it. Because I don't mind not having leveling up. I want the fun. I want the engagement. I want to build the story. I want to build the world and that. And this game is a lot of fun. You can do a lot of stuff with it. He also has Daring and Dangers, which is his Pulp Fiction version of this, which I also used. I mixed Delves and Dangers and Darings and Dangers on Shadow of Alnor. Go and check that out. So I used a bit of both of them, and that turned out really cool also. But yeah, Delves and Dangers, this is my really fun game. Like, if I want just fast-paced action and fun, I turn to this. Just let's get a handful of dice and just roll it, exploding die. And when you get, like, I remember there's a character in the Black Flame, she's wielding a great axe, the half orc, she's wielding a great axe. She rolls 7 dice and I got like 6 exploding dice or 5 exploding dice. I'm going, whoa, like, it is amazing. I really do enjoy this game. One of my favorite. It's right up there at number 1. At number 1, I got a couple of them. Like Ken is also another one, and Basic Fantasy RPG. My mind always goes to Final Fantasy. Yeah, these 3 are like, they are tied at number 1. But this game is fantastic. Go and get it. It is, pay what you want. Like, download it for free. Check it out. And if you do like it, send Magehammer a couple of bucks. And of course, Solo Spelunking stuff, go and get his stuff. And also Willona's Cave, Moses' stuff, go and check out his stuff also and get his stuff. Really good. Okay, finishing with what I started with, let's move on to something else. Over the months, you probably, those of you that have watched the videos, you probably see that my video sort of, how should I say, production has changed. In the beginning, I highly edited my videos. I had multiple cameras. I had like my tablet camera in front of me doing one thing, my phone up here filming something else. I had another camera, another phone here, an old phone here, filming the dice tray and the dice rolls and all that stuff. And then I'd edited all that out, with multicams, and you could see my ugly mug in the front, and then I'll change it up. You know how it is, all that stuff. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, I love editing videos, like I love editing music, because it is a creative process. But it got to a point where it was just too much work. It's not too much work. It was too time consuming. That's what I mean. And I'd spend hours editing the videos, hours and hours. And that would eat up into recording videos or practicing my guitar, because I do have a lot of... there's hardly a Saturday evening where I don't have a gig to play. So, yeah, I do have to practice at least 3 times a week for about an hour and a half. I have to get the set list right and all that. And editing those videos was starting to eat up into the time that I needed to do other stuff, like recording gameplays and practicing, like I said. So I started gradually moving away from those edited videos, and now I'm doing hardly any editing at all. Only on major things that I see that will be like, cut the flow of the video, I'll cut it and do this little thing or that little thing. I do, like most of the videos, I do edit them a bit, even if it's just some color correction and some music and stuff like that. But still, I don't edit them hardly, massively like I used to. If you did like those edited videos and you're not a big fan of just the overhead thing, I am sorry, but right now at this moment, I do not have time to edit videos that much, because the whole filming, the whole recording and stuff, I have to set up one camera over there, I have to set up another one here, I have to set up another one there, and I don't have too much space as it is with all these tripods all over the place, even worse. And then the fact that I have to edit everything is a bit time consuming. So I've opted to do minimal editing on the videos. And if that's something that you don't like, I do apologize, but that's the way it is from here on out. The future of the channel. Well, the future of the channel is hopefully grow a bit more. We're nearly at 500 subscribers. That's my main goal right now, is to get 500 subscribers. After that, cool. I'm not too worried about getting the channel monetized. I know that's a big thing for a lot of people. I don't really care, because I do know this is a niche, a very small niche. Like the tabletop RPG is a small niche, but solo RPGs is even smaller. So the views aren't over the chart, I do have a couple of videos that have gone really well. But one thing I've also noticed is that you start up a new playthrough, episode 1 skyrockets, you in my case get 300, 400, 500 views, and then it just goes downhill from there. But like I said, I don't really worry too much about views. As long as I get 10 views, that's fine for me. that's good for me. Over 10, yes, beautiful, a job done. But yeah, so the first thing I really want to do is try to get 500 subscribers, and what I will be doing is playing what I want, because the channel, like I said in the beginning, the channel is for me to have fun, for me to enjoy myself. And of course, if I'm enjoying myself, you guys out there watching will also enjoy yourself. If I'm just here, just rolling dice and spitting out, I don't know, some wacky stuff that will happen and stuff, and I'm not, and you can actually tell that I'm not enjoying myself, which was the thing for Tiny Frontiers. That's not good for the channel either. What's good for the channel is you guys knowing that I am enjoying myself, of course, okay? Because that way it comes out more authentic, and of course, if you see someone having fun, you're also going to have fun, right? That's how I think it is. And so I will be playing the games that I want. I do have a lot of PDFs. So in the beginning of the year, in January, I think it was, I did a video of what's coming up in the year, what I want to try to do in the year. So I'm doing the Ken 2E right now, and we started the 4 Against Darkness Overland thing. I'm doing Hero Quest, which I'm having a ball and a blast with. I love playing that game, and I love making those videos. And I'm thinking about, after 2E, Ken 2E, what will I do? Will I go back to White Box? Will I go back to basic Final Fantasy? Basic Fantasy. Oh my God, Final Fantasy. What? That's so ingrained in my brain. Oh my Lord. Basic Fantasy RPG, which I did the one shot. I really enjoyed, but I didn't play that much. It was just a one shot, and I think we got to nearly the end of the dungeon and everyone died. But yeah, so I'll be thinking about it. Who knows, I'll probably throw up a poll. I also have Savage Worlds, One Ring, Symbaroum, I think that's how it's called, Symbaroum, a lot of other stuff. And when the time comes, probably what I will do is throw up a poll on the YouTube channel and put up 2 or 3, 3 options, and you guys can all vote for it. How about that? Okay. So yeah, future of the channel is just continue what I'm doing, have fun with what I'm doing, and hopefully, reach more people. And that's about it for the video. I've been rambling on a bit too much. Some things that I wanted to show. I showed you guys how to do some tokens, how I make tokens. I got these little containers where I've got all my cult tokens in here and now, so they're all nice and stored and that. I'm also making some more tokens for what's coming up. I got this on like this dollar store here in Portugal, and came with all the little boxes in there also. I got this for like $2 or something. Yeah. And Johnny says hi. We shall see what happened to Johnny. How did Johnny get this way? Cad, a long time viewer, a long time friend, he said, I want to know how Johnny died. Okay, I'm working on that, Cad. So Cad is a good mate. We played hours and hours together on Guild Wars 1 and Guild Wars 2. Crazy stuff that he always gets up to. So that's about it for the video. This is 1 year in review. I really want to say once again, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for the support in whatever way you have supported. I really do appreciate it. You guys have no idea how I feel when I start reading your comments and when I start seeing tips on how to do stuff, because I'm always messing up the rules. Always messing up the rules. Be what game it is, I'm always messing up the rules. And you guys have been all fantastic in telling me, look, it's not this way, it's that way. Do it like this, do it like that. Or check out this supplement. Like someone, I'm sorry, I forgot the name. I should have written all these out, but I woke up this morning, I went onto my YouTube studio and I looked and I saw, wait, today is the 1 year anniversary. I started this channel 1 year ago, so I have to do something. And this just all came off. Like, I just jotted down some notes and that's it. I should have prepared this, because I knew it was in May, but I thought it was like at the end of May. I didn't know it was May the 4th. And so I should have had all the names on here and just to say thank you for, but you know who you are. Thank you all for supporting. Thank you all for helping out in whatever way and capacity. I really do appreciate it. It has been a blast, and I hope to continue with this small community that we've grown here. And thank you. That's all I can say. All I can say and all I can give you now is the promise of trying to do more and better, and hopefully give you more fun and entertaining content. Okay, thank you. And if you haven't already, subscribe, leave a comment, hit that like button and the bell notification so you can get notified for when my videos pop up. Okay, and once again, I know I'm rambling on and I'm repeating myself, but thank you all for this year, and I'll see you all on the next one. Bye bye.